All right, everyone, that live picture has pretty much been unstable the entire time from Des Moines, Iowa. So Pilar Arias here with ya. We are taking a live look at the I-17. A lot of people will be traveling on that for the holiday weekend. So if you are going up north, please know that there is winter driving conditions, plenty of snow and ice on the roadways. Take snow chains, snow cables, an emergency, not just first aid kit, but car kit, and perhaps some clothes and blankets to bundle up with in case you need it. Plenty of food and water as well, essentially like an emergency road trip kit there. So again, my name is Pilar Arias. I'm going to say happy Thanksgiving now because we're pretty much already in the mood in the season, right? Some people might already be cooking today perhaps, and today is my Friday. I do have the next 4 days off. I won't see you again until Monday, so I wanted to take this opportunity to thank each and every one of you News Nowers. Believe it or not, we've got more than 700,000 subscribers. My YouTube channel is telling me 704,000 subscribers, so I don't remember if it was 160 or 190, but I do know that we had less than 200,000 subscribers when I started here 2 years ago. So to see the growth in, well, not really short amount of time, but over the last 24 months, it has been extraordinary. So thank you, all you News Nowers. Really appreciate you out there, especially those of you who tune in each and every day, both right here on YouTube and on Fox 10 Extra, Channel 45, Cable 9. I'm looking forward to December. That's because Mike Page has some vacation time for the holidays, and I get to fill in, and it's always such a pleasure to host Fox News Now. So again, if you're hitting the roadways, just be safe, be smart, and take some extra precautions and pack your patience as well, because plenty of Americans, I've heard millions, are going to be on the roadways with you. Meanwhile, taking a live look at the White House in our nation's capital, Washington, D.C. Certainly getting the fall vibe there, but no snow on the ground. All right, we're going to start and end this top story segment with Tracy Carrasco, one of my favorites to have on News Now each and every day. Remember, she does the morning business outlook, and then she does business briefs. And I'm going to warn you guys now, there's plenty of stories talking about Toys R Us in this segment of Top Stories. You'll probably hear the name of that company, that retail store, about 3 or 4 times. And it's because it's kind of a big deal after what happened with the bankruptcy and the closure of a lot of stores. So here we go. Tracy Carrasco kicking off our top stories on Fox News Now.
The stock market giving investors something to be thankful for this Thanksgiving. All 3 major U.S. averages once again seeing a record close on Tuesday. Well, the toys are back for the holidays. Toys R Us opening its first retail store since closing all of its locations last year. Starting Wednesday, customers can visit the new space at a mall in Paramus, New Jersey. But it's not the same toy store shoppers might expect. Formed under a new brand called True Kids, the reimagined store is smaller but more interactive and experimental. A second store is expected to open on December 1st in Houston, Texas. And Popeyes wants to take some cooking off your plate. Just in time for Thanksgiving, the fast food chain is bringing back its Cajun-style turkey. For about $40, you can order a 10 to 14-pound bird for your holiday meal. The turkey is fully cooked, so all you have to do is thaw it and heat it in the oven before serving. You can pre-order a Cajun turkey over the phone or in person at select Popeyes restaurants. For more, log on to the all-new foxbusiness.com. In New York, I'm Tracy Carrasco.
Come on, Tracy, why you gotta make me hungry? That's not cool. Well, hopefully I will be eating a lot of food tomorrow for the Thanksgiving holiday. Feel free to let me know what you are planning to do over the 4-day weekend. If you have one, if you just have tomorrow off, that's a-okay too. Hopefully you get some great eats and some family and friend time in for sure. And if you're traveling and you're taking News Now with you, well, thanks for doing that as well. Again, my name is Pilar Arias, everyone. Really appreciate you being here. Continuing on with our top stories, this next one I've got for you, it's in the suburb of Chicago. The area is called Aurora. Well, this story has been making its rounds because it's about what a school bus driver did.
Aurora police have arrested and charged a school bus driver after she purchased beer at a convenience store and drank it while picking up students during a morning bus route in Aurora.
On Tuesday, authorities released disturbing surveillance video they claim shows an on-duty bus driver, 44-year-old Michelle Pasley, drinking beer with 32 students on board. It happened on November 15th. Authorities say she picked up the bus around 6 o'clock in the morning and completed one route before stopping at a convenience store where she bought 2 beers and then drove off.
Detectives reviewed the video from the school bus, which shows the driver place the beer can into a brown paper bag and drink from it while driving numerous elementary school children on the bus.
Authorities say the convenience store clerk alerted the school district after selling Pasley alcohol. Since Pasley was not an employee of the school district, they reached out to her employer, First Student Bus Company. The company immediately fired Pasley, then contacted police. Authorities arrested Pasley on Monday, more than a week after they say she was caught drinking on the job. Pasley is facing 2 misdemeanors and was released on a $100 bond.
It's infuriating to believe that someone who is trusted with these children on a daily basis could potentially put them in this kind of danger.
Fortunately, no students were injured in the incident. Pasley is expected back in court on December 27th. David Spunt, Fox News.
What am I doing? I'm just showcasing all the different cameras we have here on the Fox News Now set. Again, hello everyone. Pilar Arias here with you. One of 3 News Now hosts. You got me, Mike, and Christy 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, usually 13-hour streams. Believe it or not, we are already gearing up for next week's, Wednesday, December 4th, impeachment hearing day number 6. Now, I do believe, well, I might need to go this way. I do believe it is a different committee this time around, but regardless, you know you can trust us right here from the Fox News Now set. Part of Fox10Phoenix.com. You see the Fox 10 Phoenix newsroom right behind me. We're going to have all your impeachment hearing coverage, and if you can't watch it live, don't worry, you won't miss a thing because we do this thing called YouTube clipping, where you get small little segments and you can go through and rewatch as many times as you'd like. You can also share those clips with everyone you know, your friends, your family, your coworkers, your neighbors, and just kind of get the word out. Last night we had a very big President Trump rally here. I know at one point in time we had about 30,000 people watching simultaneously. So yes, News Now is growing, and it is all thanks to you. So big thank you this Thanksgiving season. Okay, continuing on with our top stories. We all know that the vaping epidemic is being called a crisis at this point. Not only continues to grow, but is getting attention because more and more people are reporting their illnesses.
More action at the local level to contain the vaping epidemic. On Wednesday in Massachusetts, Charlie Baker becoming the first governor in the nation to sign a complete ban on flavored vaping products in his state. Backers of the ban cite new data from the CDC showing 1 in 4 high school students vape on a regular basis. And they've accused Juul and other companies of marketing flavored e-cigarettes to teenagers.
The bill will keep kids and teenagers from getting their hands on vaping products, especially flavored products that encourage young people to start using.
The announcement comes just a day after the New York City Council voted to ban all flavored vaping products. But despite the activity on the local level, progress appears to be stalled on a federal flavored vaping ban. President Trump initially said he supported the move, but since then he's softened his tone, claiming drug prohibition won't work.
This failure has been national, with no more grotesque example than that of the Trump administration, which, after grand promises about intervening to contain this epidemic, did a complete 180 last week.
But the president is getting plenty of support from vaping advocates who say e-cigarettes can help people quit smoking. And while officials in a number of states look for ways to ban flavored vaping, there's still plenty of opposition to new regulations.
We can enforce the current laws of making sure minors are not buying these products.
The CDC says at least 42 people have died and more than 2,000 have become sick from vaping-associated illness so far this year. In Atlanta, Jonathan Seri, Fox News.
Not long ago, a News Now said, hey, I'm working the holiday and I get double time, triple time, quadruple time. If you are one of those people, some may consider themselves lucky, others not so much. Normally, I prefer to work holidays. That way I get a comp day. I can get another day off that I want to enjoy a destination perhaps, or be able to run some errands, do some chores when not everybody else is off at the same time. So I get it. I certainly get it. And we just lost that live picture there of Times Square. But look just how quickly we can bring something up right here on News Now. Hey, I need to show you guys again the current conditions in Flagstaff, Arizona, northern Arizona. Yeah, the snow picking up for sure, the wind as well. Matter of fact, I'm going to check the Flagstaff weather right now. You can probably hear me typing. Hey, that's A-OK. We like to be kind of candid here on the News Now set. 38 degrees is what it's currently saying, and 74% humidity. The wind's about 21 miles per hour. Snow expected tomorrow and Friday. I'm hearing some parts could get 1 to 2 feet worth of snow. So please, if you are hitting the high country, just be safe. Think twice about some things that you might need to do to prepare yourself. So continuing on for our top stories, this one we're going to be heading to the airports, but it's not the type of story you might think it is. It's about something that the TSA found inside of a baby toy. Valerie Bowie reports.
Well, before you head out for the holidays, TSA wants to remind you to check all firearms or you could be arrested. Agents say it's been happening all over the country and here at Orlando International Airport. It's that time of year again when many head home for the holidays to see friends and family.
I love it, especially since my grandkids are so happy to travel and they enjoy every minute of Disney World and every place we took them.
But when TSA officers recently screened an infant's toy earlier this month, they discovered 2 high-capacity magazines hidden inside. They quickly checked the bag and found the toy was rigged so it appeared to be in a factory-sealed box. Police confiscated the magazines.
It's pretty sad that they were using a child for, as a decoy, right? In a way.
People are just crazy these days.
And during another incident, TSA says they found a gun concealed in a woman's chest area. The firearm didn't have a round chambered, but it did have a loaded magazine with ammo put in backwards.
Some people are just stupid and do some very ignorant things.
Officers say all firearms should be checked and never carried on board a plane.
I mean, even at the Boise airport, they have a little thing on the ground that says, hey, watch out, don't remember that, you can't bring your gun. And
earlier this month, TSA found 205 guns and carry-on bags. Of those firearms, agents say 176 were loaded.
The fact that they're finding it is the best thing about it.
Carrying a gun on board could land you in jail and force you to pay up to $13,000 in fines. Some say it's just not worth the risk.
I have a gun, I do not travel with it. If you abide by the rules and the laws, you have no issues and nothing to worry about.
And for a list of what you can and can't carry onto a flight, go to fox35orlando.com. In Orlando, Valerie Boy, Fox 35 News.
Don't just avoid headaches for yourself, but for other travelers as well. Please just be prepared. Do your research so you know what you can and can't take on flights. Meanwhile, speaking of travel, here's a live look at LAX. That stands for Los Angeles International. Excuse me, I promise I can talk, folks. Take a look at all those cars picking up and dropping off travelers, and you see the rainfall as well. So LA certainly needs the rain. We certainly need the rain as well. It's going to be moving east here to Arizona within the next few hours. Matter of fact, I think tonight already, we're already expecting rainfall into tomorrow as well. So please, please, please just be safe on the roadways, especially if you're picking up loved ones. We want to make sure everybody gets to their holiday destination safely. And don't forget to pack that patience, because you're not the only one on the road this busy holiday season. All right, so let's take a look at the holiday weather preps and travel across the country. Matt Finn has this story.
A winter storm causing holiday travel headaches in the Rockies, Plains, and upper Midwest. Heavy snow blanketing roads in Minnesota. A foot or more could fall in parts of that state.
This is a lot for Boulder. It doesn't happen too often like this. It's knee deep and it takes quite a lot to move it.
People in Colorado digging out and hoping the winter weather won't derail their Thanksgiving plans.
Gotta make a flight in 2 hours.
Hundreds of flight cancellations Tuesday at Denver International Airport. Over 1,000 people getting stranded at the airport overnight. Drivers in Oregon and California getting snow tires on and preparing for a bomb cyclone with snow and strong winds that could make driving hazardous. AAA telling motorists to be prepared and have an emergency kit in their cars.
That should have things like a shovel, flashlight, phone charger, extra food and water for you and your passengers, including your pets, and very important, have chains and know how to put them on.
And there's no sugarcoating it. Thanksgiving travel is seldom a pleasant experience, and this year there are 2 big storms expected to impact travel for millions of people. At Chicago's O'Hare International Airport, Matt Finn, Fox News.
Hey, Matt, I've been there. Thanks so much for that report. All right, everybody, we've got a couple news now. We're chatting it up about the weather here on YouTube. One says, bring on the rain. Another says, bring on the snow. And another says, snow, snow, snow. So, yes, I do check your chat comments, and I chat along with y'all each and every day. Okay, so our weather here with our dancing, shaking turkey in the bottom right-hand corner. 67 degrees today for an expected high, 66 Thursday, 57 on Friday. And for the Valley, 57 this time of year is pretty cold. That's normally what we see in December, January. At least that's how I feel being a native here. Don't forget, I was born and raised in Mesa, Arizona, so I know the Valley a little bit better than I know most places, but I did live in Texas for 5 years, 3 different cities, Beaumont, San Antonio, and El Paso, Texas. As a matter of fact, when I saw that plant explosion out of Port Neches, Texas this morning, I had friends on Facebook commenting about experiencing the frightening situation. So please just be very aware in your communities, and if you hear or see anything unusual that might need to be reported to the proper authorities, whether it's police or fire, first responders, just let them know, and just be a part of your community and just help your neighbors out and your friends and your family as well. All right, who is doing some Black Friday shopping? It's kind of Black Thursday now, or Black Thanksgiving, because the sales, they start tomorrow. I know my brother, I think he was saying he was going to be going to Walmart and one additional place. But anyway, the sales are picking up. And as it turns out, not all of those sales might really be deals. So we've got Steve Noviello here to kind of tell us what to avoid when hitting the stores this weekend.
Our advice comes in part thanks to our friends at bestblackfriday.com, and it really meant to be a general guideline for smart shopping, starting with those Black Friday doorbuster TV deals. Take a look at the video we've got for you. Now, there will be some great markdowns on TVs this weekend, but buyer beware. Oftentimes what we see is that when it comes to the truly rock bottom priced doorbuster deals, TV sets are generally either older models, off-brand, or sometimes lack features that you want. So really double check here. Confirm things like resolution, number of ports, compatibility, and smart functions too. Next up, I said it when it came out, and I will say it again. If you are looking for the latest in technology for your cell phone, stay away from the iPhone 11, regardless of the deals this weekend. Take a look. The phone simply just doesn't have the 5G capability that cell phones will run on in the next year or two. So your device will become obsolete. Many folks don't realize the 5G network is only good with a 5G phone, which these are not. So if you're the type who's an early adapter, you're going to be lining up to buy a new phone next year. If you're a straggler who's still rocking the iPhone 5, you've waited this long, so just wait a little bit longer. Gaming bundles, also not the best idea this year, and there's a reason they're being marked down. We're expecting PlayStation 5 next year and a new Xbox, so buying PlayStation 4 or Xbox One S right now, really not the best investment. So instead, take the cash that you would have spent on that, maybe put it away, put it in savings. That way you've got it for next year. And if you've got your eye on a Nintendo Switch, shop carefully. Most Black Friday bundles are being paired with the older model Switch. We really don't expect to see a sale on the new model until the beginning of December, at least so says the leaked Walmart sales ad. And finally, Groupon is a great place for deals of all kinds, but when it comes to their Black Friday ad, I've got to tell you, it looks more like a garage sale than a deals destination. Take a look, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. At first, the headlines are impressive, up to 77% off. But take a closer look at the fine print. That MacBook at 62% off is actually a model from early 2015. And that's really the crux of Black Friday shopping here. Don't let the emotion of the hunt for what looks like a great deal cloud your judgment. Pause, take a closer look, and make sure that you are in fact getting a really great gift. In Dallas, I'm Steve Noviello, Fox News.
Oh man, we had an Everyday News Hour say Black Friday is a nightmare. Trust me, I worked retail for plenty of years, plenty of Black Fridays, and I get it. I completely understand. Some people love it. Some people completely want to avoid it. And when Steve was just talking about those Black Friday deals, hey, I still have my MacBook from like 2011. Maybe early 2012. Regardless, it's more than 5 years old, and we all know what happens to technology when it gets that old, right? Again, my name is Pilar Arias. Everyone, thank you so much for being here, especially during my top story segment right here on News Now. It's one of my favorite things to do each and every day. Some days I don't get to do it, though, because we've got so much breaking news and live events happening, and that's what we are all about right here on News Now. So this next top story I have for you, it's about the United States Postal Service expanding Operation Santa Letters program. The Operation Santa Letters program. And I know I certainly wrote some letters to Santa when I was a kid. What about you? Yeah, I'm the question lady. I like to get to know you all. Again, thanks for being here, and happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Among the thousands of letters at the post office, there are some addressed to a very special person, Santa. The United States Post Office has now expanded their program called Operation Santa to 15 cities, including Phoenix.
I look forward to this all year long, and it really, for me, it's an amazing thing.
Rod Spurgeon with USPS explains what happens when someone sends a letter to Santa at the address 123 Elf Road, North Pole, 88888.
So if you send a letter to that address, it's going to get to a contractor in Utah who's going to scan a letter from kids, put that into our system after removing all personally identifiable information. All that's going to be removed. Then we'll put the letter online and it'll be available for checkout.
From there, you can go online to see if you'd like to help make a child's wish come true. You can do as much as purchase items off their wish lists or just respond back as one of Santa's helpers.
They can pick one out, check it out and adopt it, and then they can print out an adoption packet.
You never know what you'll find online. In fact, take a look at this letter as we were kind of perusing through. This is from an 8-year-old little girl who says that her mom just found out she has cancer, she lost her job, and on top of that, they had a house fire. So they're looking to replace a lot of things. They're looking for clothes, coats, and underwear.
USPS says the program is already seeing great success here. In fact, they say within about 2 hours of a letter being posted, someone has already adopted the family. Ty Brennan, Fox 10 News.
Aww, that story got a lot of you sending Santa emojis on the YouTube chat. Again, that was Ty Brennan reporting right here in the Valley. Hey, we are live now in Times Square, New York City. We've got the picture back and you can see all the tourists there. Probably some locals as well, returning home for the holidays. I've heard the holidays in New York City absolutely, positively wonderful, incredible. You've got the Christmas tree at Rockefeller Center along with a skating rink. I was actually in New York this year, earlier in the year, I'd say the first quarter of the year to be safe, and the ice skating rink was still up at Rockefeller Center. I was surprised. It was the first time I was able to see it because the last time prior to that I was in New York City. It was in the summertime and it wasn't there, and I remember how hot it was when I was walking through Central Park on the way to the Met. By the way, if you like museums, the Metropolitan Museum of Art is something that it's incredible to experience, and it's like one of those all-day events where you can just walk through. My favorite, I kind of skipped through a lot of it and headed to the Egyptian exhibit because I really like you know, the times of King Tut and the mummies and the like, and you can see some pretty unique artifacts there at the Met. All right, so I told you Toys R Us was going to come up more than once. This next top story I have for you is about the retailer reopening.
Toys R Us filed for bankruptcy 2 years ago and closed all its stores in June of last year. But Jeffrey the Giraffe is back and better than ever, potentially. We had a chance to speak to True Kids CEO about his vision for what the new Toys R Us looks like. Listen.
This store has about 1,500 items to buy that you can take and buy and purchase today, but we have over 15,000 products that you can buy and have shipped from Target or same day delivery. So we're really excited about that partnership, and the technology in the store is really simple, really easy. We basically take the item that you're choosing and direct it directly onto your phone.
And the strategy is all about smaller stores where they used to be 40,000 square feet, now just under 6,000 square feet. It's a tactile experience. One store launching here in Paramus, New Jersey, another one coming in Texas in a short period of time. 10 stores to come in 2020. But retail, the toy business, it's been very difficult. Online competition is certainly fierce with the likes of Amazon and Walmart. The hope of True Kids is that the Toys R Us brand will resonate and that new business strategy will make it even better. A ribbon cutting ceremony here today, employees getting involved, one manager's son of the store doing the honors, and all of this, of course, ahead of Black Friday, the shopping extravaganza of the year. In Paramus, New Jersey, I'm Jackie DeAngelis, Fox Business.
Oh man, you could tell Jackie was in a busy toy store. I guess I'm in the news mindset, everybody there, because the audio was not that great on that package. That's what we call news stories when they are put together. So I did my best to try to fix that audio, but still a busy store. And when it's in that sort of situation where you've got a bunch of ambient noise around you, it's a little bit difficult to hear the reporter track. Remember, I like to teach you all journalism terms here on News Now. So I told you we were going to start and end this top story segment with Tracy Carrasco. Well, she's up next, but I did want to show you really quickly the I-17 at Daisy Mountain. You can see the clouds are rolling in, and there's definitely cars and trucks on the I-17, which is what connects the valley to northern Arizona, but not as many as you'd probably expect because it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. A lot of people have probably heard that the high country is expecting storms, and they've told their loved ones, hey, come down to the valley before the storm hits, or they decided not to go to northern Arizona at all. Sedona, Flagstaff, Payson, Prescott, and the like. So just if you are hitting the roadways, try to beat that weather there and just stay smart and do the best that you can to stay safe as well. All right, so Tracy Carrasco with today's Business Briefs.
Boeing has a new hurdle. Federal regulators now want to inspect and sign off on every jet before they are delivered to airlines. The FAA decision impacts hundreds of planes still sitting in storage. The 737 MAX has been grounded since March following 2 crashes that killed 346 people. Tesla CEO Elon Musk tweeting 250K. That's the number of pre-orders the company has received for its electric Cybertruck. This after a smashing debut last week when an executive threw a steel ball at the car's driver's side window, shattering it.
Oh man, it didn't go through.
Now a toy company is poking fun at the truck's debut. Lego Australia posting a photo of its own version of the Cybertruck saying, quote, the evolution of the truck is here, guaranteed shatterproof. And craving a unique gift for your Secret Santa this year? Well, White Castle has released a line of holiday gifts inspired by its iconic cheeseburger sliders. Products like an ugly sweater adorned in mini cheeseburgers and French fries, and matching socks, an aluminum lunchbox, and a candle that smells like, you guessed it, a cheeseburger slider. For more, log on to the all-new foxbusiness.com. In New York, I'm Tracy Carrasco.
All right, everybody, I hope you don't mind us flying live with Skyfox in southeast Texas. They're heading to Port Neches to show us the aftermath of the plant explosion. Remember, this is southeast Texas. I've been seeing a lot of reports saying today it's South Texas, but I lived and worked out there in Beaumont, not too far from Port Neches. And again, I do have some friends who live there or in the surrounding area, so they actually witnessed the situation out there. Very severe indeed, especially with all the oil refineries in the area. You cannot really drive in the Gulf area right there and not see an oil refinery, a plant, or the like. So our sister station, KRIV from Houston, is flying to Port Neches. We're going to fly with them. Again, this is News Now. Please like, share, subscribe. Let your friends, your family, your coworkers, your neighbors, everybody you know about us right here. A lot of people already probably on the road or in a plane for their holiday destination, because 271 of you watching, but those of us who are here, we really appreciate it. And while you're sitting around the Thanksgiving table tomorrow, or maybe doing a Friendsgiving instead of a Thanksgiving with family, please mention News Now. Be like, hey, have you heard of Pilar Arias, Mike Page, and Christy Larson? Well, the three of them, they host a live stream for 13 hours a day on YouTube. You can find them by going to fox10phoenix.com. You can search for them on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and the like, and you can stay connected even when they're not streaming. And you can showcase your favorite videos from the week, from the month, from the year. You heard Mike talking about it with Ron Hoon earlier today. Eventually, we're going to be getting to our top, stories of the year, streams of the year, and the like. It's kind of normally how we like to wrap up the years here on News Now. But again, our growth in the 2 years since I've been here. Matter of fact, my 2-year anniversary here is coming up next week. The exact date is Tuesday, December 3rd. Yay! And the growth that we've experienced here has just been incredible, astounding. So I want to thank each and every one of you. I'm actually going to go to our sister station's website right now to take a look at what the latest is with this plant explosion. Unfortunately, we are hearing that the large explosion rattled a plant in Port Neches. It was actually this afternoon. So it was another large explosion It happened around 1:50 local time. Intent would look like a large cylinder flying a couple hundred feet in the air. The Jefferson County judge telling Fox 26 he is checking to see whether anyone was injured. He said there could be more explosions. But this fire continuing to burn at the chemical plant in Port Neches, where an explosion left 3 workers injured and blew out the windows of nearby homes early this morning. It was reported around 1 o'clock local time at the TPC Group Port Neches operations site. The plant in Port Neches, about 80 miles east of Houston, near the Louisiana state line, makes chemical and petroleum-based products. According to TPC, the processing unit was involved, contained butadiene, which is a chemical component used in the making of synthetic rubber. So that is definitely a word I'm not familiar with. The way you spell it, B-U-T-A, which is normally buta, D-I-E-N-E, butadiene, not sure. TPC officials saying they had about 30 people working at the plant when the explosion occurred early this morning. All of them were accounted for. 3 workers were injured at the refinery. 5 other people in the vicinity were reportedly hit by broken glass. The Nederland Fire Department warned people living south of Interstate 10 near the plant to minimize their exposure to the chemical plume by sheltering in place, closing windows, and turning off their heating and air conditioning systems. A mandatory evacuation was ordered for everyone within a half-mile of the TPC plant, and the fire department said that evacuation could expand to a wider area. Again, all of this information being provided to us by our sister station in Houston, Fox 26. Following the explosion, TPC said it activated its emergency response plan and requested assistance from local fire departments. In a statement, TPC said the event was ongoing but would be brought under control as quickly and as safely as possible. Firefighters were working on spraying water on surrounding tanks and process units to prevent the fire from spreading, but TPC officials said they were letting what is on fire burn out. So again, that's the latest there from Southeast Texas. TPC officials saying air quality tests have been initiated at least immediately after the fire began, and they'll continue testing air throughout the course of the fire. TCEQ, which is the Texas Commission on Environmental Quality, the EPA, and the Coast Guard are also investigating. TCEQ releasing the following statement. TCEQ is currently responding to the fire at TPC facility in Port Neches, Texas. Currently, TCEQ staff are conducting handheld monitoring and providing that information to Unified Command. TCEQ will also provide all updates through social media and our emergency response webpage. Regional staff are continuing to conduct handheld monitoring outside the evacuation zone with ultra rays. This handheld equipment provides instantaneous readings for various compounds, including volatile organic compounds, benzene, lower explosive limit, hydrogen sulfide, carbon monoxide, sulfur dioxide, radiation. No impacts to water quality have been reported. TCEQ has requested EPA support, including aspect fixed-wing aircraft. EPA is sending an on-scene coordinator and technical support personnel to the scene. So again, that's only about half of the statement there. And you're probably wondering, hey, Pilar, how do you know so much about this area? How do you know how to say Port Neches? How do you know how to say Nederland? That's because I lived nearby. I've been to Nederland, Texas. I've been to Port Neches, Texas. I lived and worked in the Beaumont, Texas market. It's Southeast Texas. It is about 30 minutes away from the Louisiana border, if that, depending on which side of town you are going to Louisiana from. But again, the I-10, the major freeway in the area. A lot of people live in this area, pretty close to Port Arthur, Texas as well. So again, when and if we get any updates, we'll bring them to you right here on News Now. And all of that information I just reported coming from our sister station, Fox 26 Houston. It is their Sky Fox flying to the scene.